Hey everyone, so today I'm going to show you guys how I wash my cloth diapers with our new washer and dryer. I have been using it for a little over 2 weeks now, and I'm pretty sure that I have a pretty good routine down, and I'm pleased with my routine now that I have figured out how to use our washer and dryer well. No, you cannot have that, baby. No. And I have a video where I did my wash routine before. I have Miss Cranky Pants with me, I'm sorry. So I have a video where I did my old wash routine with your typical standard top loader washer, not an HE style machine. And I will link that somewhere here next to me in the video, and I'll also link it in the down bar. But now that I have the new washer, it's a whole new ball game, it's a whole new setup, and I thought I would show you guys how to wash with it and what works for us. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. And you will see actual poop, so if you don't want to see actual poop, I would suggest that you just kind of fast forward through this part. But when I wash my cloth diapers, the first thing I do is take any poop and any wipe that I may have used, and I drop it in the potty and I flush it first, and then I rinse out the actual insert. So this is a buttons cloth diaper, very similar to a Best Bottoms. Here, sissy, back up. Very similar to a Best Bottoms, actually almost identical to a Best Bottoms. And so I've just unsnapped the insert from both sides. I will take the insert and put it to the side, and then I'm actually going to drop the poop in the potty. I'm not using a sprayer. My new house doesn't allow for it to be set up like that, and this was actually a pretty clean one. So no sissy. So anyways, that's what I do. I just rinse it off down in there, and then I will finish rinsing that in the bathtub. Okay, so after all poop is rinsed off, then I go to the bathtub and I actually rinse all my diapers. This, even if it's not a poopy diaper, sorry, I'm not really in the camera shot. Even if it's not a poopy diaper, I still rinse all the pee out of it because I don't want the pee setting inside of the diaper pail, because if the urine sits on your diapers, what can happen is it can crystallize inside of the fabrics, and it can cause you with a urine, it can leave you with a urine buildup, and that urine buildup can make your diapers leaky, and it can also make your diapers stink. So to avoid both of those issues, I have always pre-rinsed my diapers prior to putting them in the pail. And I tell you, I've really only had to strip my diapers once, maybe twice in the last 3 years of cloth diapering. So it's a system that has really worked great for me, and anytime anybody has any stink issues or buildup issues, once they get those cleared and out of the way, I always suggest rinsing your diapers prior to putting them in a pail. And you'll also realize in my pail, I don't even use a liner. I just think they're unnecessary. A lot of people like them. I used one for a little over a year, but I don't find that they're really necessary. So if you're trying to do cloth diapers to save some money, that's one thing you can leave out of the equation, especially if you're rinsing your diapers prior to putting them in your pail, because you're not going to have that stink. But I do recommend keeping a lid on your diapers, just in case there is any type of odor. It will contain it. So our bathroom doesn't stink like pee or poop like you would imagine. So that's really good. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get started. What I do is I just turn the water on and I rinse the diaper really well, just to get any of the urine out. So I rinse all the inserts. Sissy wants to get over here and get in the water. She loves water. Don't stand in that, baby. No. Oh, don't do that. So anyways, I get them all rinsed out really well, and then I'm just going to wring the water out of them. And then what I do is I drop them in my pail. I have a stain stick as well as a stain spray. I've used the stain stick a few times so far, and it's worked really well. I'll show you the stain stick in another video, because I don't have anything I need to use it on right now. But I also have it's called right now, Charlie's soap pre-treat. So I use that if I have to. I haven't used it very often, but I'll do a review on that as well. So anyways, once I get them sprayed, I just drop them into my pail. And once my pail is full enough to do laundry, I usually let my pail get about half full, sometimes 3/4 of the way full, and then I do laundry. So yeah, once that's done, we'll go ahead and start doing laundry. Okay, so here's my washer. It's a high efficiency wash. So I just dump it in. And then I just reach in and spread it out so the weight is distributed. Okay, and the first thing I do is I do a cold rinse. So, sorry, it's kind of coming out of focus. Just turn it on. And then I'm going to turn it to rinse and spin. And it does it on cold water with a high spin. So just push start and it'll run that cycle, and then I will start washing. And by the way, I'm using a Whirlpool Cabrio. I think that's how you pronounce it. So anyways, that's the washer I'm using. Okay, so now that my diapers have finished rinsing, I'm going to turn it on bulky. Actually, I think I need to open the lid first to reset it. Okay, turn it back on. So I have it on bulky, and this will allow the water to fill up. Otherwise, when I wash them, like, the water will barely fill up in the washing machine. There's really no tricking it with like heavy towels or anything. So I basically just put it on the bulky load, and it fills it up with plenty of water. So I do that, and then I also come over here and I switch the temperature to hot. I put the soil level on extra heavy, and then I put it on a high spin with an extra rinse. And I add in 1/8 of a cup of Eco Sprout. This is, I can't remember, I think it's fresh cut grass, and it just smells so good. Obviously you're not going to smell it after your diapers are finished washing. At least you shouldn't. If you do smell detergent after your diapers have finished washing, then you've used too much detergent. So anyways, 1/8 of a cup of that, and then I just start it. It takes 77 minutes for it to finish, and then we'll dry them. Okay, so now that my diapers have finished washing, I go ahead and stick them in the dryer. Now, I do not put my regular shells in the dryer, and I used to put my Grovia in the dryer. I used to have a lot of Grovia actually, and I found that when you do put them in the dryer, they lose their elastic stretch very quickly. So just word of advice, if you use Grovia and you put them in the dryer and they haven't wore out yet, then you're pretty lucky, but I would probably suggest not putting them in the dryer. Also, in the past, I have used Grovia Velcro, hook and loop, whatever you want to call it, and these get really warped and bent out of shape if you put them in the dryer. So that's another reason I suggest not putting the Grovia in the dryer. As for these, they just dry so quick, I don't see the point in putting them in the dryer. So it helps your diapers to last longer if you can air dry them. I personally am usually on a time schedule and in a pretty big hurry, and I always have laundry to do, so I always dry unless I am working. Someone's coming in here. Unless I am working on getting stains out. Hey! Oh, see, I have my covers hanging up top. They dry fairly quickly up there. And so, oh, that fell down. For my dryer settings, I just turn it to a normal load, and it gives it a medium temperature. And I like to set mine on more dry, that way it doesn't stop drying before they're actually finished. So that is pretty much all I do as far as that goes. I will turn the dryer on, it will dry, and then I'm just going to stuff and put away.